Sometimes the harder we push, the further everything seems to get. And the wild part, pulling back might actually be the thing that moves your life forward. Welcome back to Bargain Brand Wellness. Tonight we're unpacking why over effort sometimes backfires, how letting go creates better outcomes, why trying less doesn't mean caring less, and what it really looks like to follow the path of least resistance. We've got stories, strategies, and a sprinkle of chaos, all designed to help you hit your goals without burning yourself into a crisp. So grab your daily planner and your motivational checklist, because we're about to get disciplined. Welcome to wellness. Welcome back, my wellness warriors, my self-care connoisseurs, my off-brand VIPs. Hope you're all having a great weekend. I see you over there, Joey in Newport. How you guys doing over there on TikTok? Enjoying a great weekend. Hitting the gym, hit 15 miles on the bike. That's pretty impressive. Up and down hills, or pretty flat? Hope y'all having a great weekend. Fantastic weekend. We're excited. Got another fun episode for you this evening. Before we get into that, let's kind of get back in and get ready to do our thing. Remember, we are sponsored officially by Dude Wipes, our first partner. Super excited for that. We've had our first shipment come through. Done a couple videos on that. Been pretty legit. Pretty excited for that. We actually just heard back from another sponsor. I won't say we're officially partnered with them, but all they kind of wanted was the thumbs up. So we can kind of say, go ahead and call it. It's by another brand called Taste Salud. I'll be honest, I was kind of unfamiliar with them. I found them on the same platform to where I got hooked up with Dude Wipes. Basically, Taste Salud, it's like the little drink packets that you mix with water, kind of like Liquid IV. But this is supposed to be a healthier brand. I was looking at their calorie content, very low calories. I think 0 sugar, maybe like 1 gram of sugar per serving. So super excited with that. They're going to be sending me a shipment of stuff. We're just kind of waiting to hear back from them. So yeah, super excited for that. So we do have a second partner and still waiting to hear back from a couple. Super proud of you. First brand deal is awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, we were super excited with it. In fact, actually, Newport's, the show that I did with you, was the very first show where we announced that we got partnered with Dude Wipes, so that was pretty cool. A couple other things kind of keep in mind. We'll be going over the Wellness Warrior of the Day. Unfortunately, Hakuna Matata does mean no worries. Unfortunately, we do not have any Wellness Warrior of the Days from our last show on Wednesday. Unfortunately, it was a little lonely in here. So that's why, we're trying to build our brand, kind of reach out to more people, get more people in here. Because we have a lot of fun over here. We have some good conversations, and we play some games over here. I have a new game we're gonna play this evening. We won't start off with it, but maybe about halfway through we'll get into that. Before we go a little bit further, a Bargain Brand Wellness Christmas album is out on all major streaming platforms. In fact, I just got the word today. If you're someone who uses Apple Music, it is officially live on Apple Music now, so you can get it anywhere and everywhere. And honestly, you can actually use it even as sounds on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. You can use it as a sound in your background, which is pretty cool. So check out a Bargain Brand Wellness Christmas album. I mean, I might be a little biased, but I think it's a #1 hit. I'm just saying. I think it's going platinum. But no, I do like the songs. I think they all turned out really well. Unfortunately, we weren't able to use my voice the way I intended to. I was worried that some of the covers we were going to do were going to get kind of copyright strike. Even though Christmas songs are public domain, the instrumentals I was using was from YouTube videos and just putting my AI voice over it. I was worried that we might get into some trouble with that, so I took those down. That's why there's only 8 tracks on the album. But out of the songs, out of the 8, 6 of them are original songs written by us and created within that Singify app. The other two are popular Christmas songs that are just kind of rebranded. Sounds similar to the original version, but with our little bit of a off-brand twist to it. So we're really excited about that. We also have official Bargain Brand merch available. If you click on the link in the YouTube description, or if you see that link in Patreon, click on that, take you over there. There's a merch link. You can get one of our flagship Make It Worth Your Wellness t-shirts you can purchase. And then you can also get our holiday shirt, our Merry Fitmas shirt. I'm telling you, it's a pretty good likeness. Just saying. Pretty good. I like Merry Fitness because wellness doesn't take a holiday. We have that in a sweater or a t-shirt. You can order either one. The t-shirts are $15 plus shipping and handling, and the sweaters are $25 plus shipping and handling. So get your orders in now. They'll be available through the holiday season as we kind of move into the new year. What else we got to announce? We're still looking to really build up our membership a little bit. We're still only at 7 members on Patreon. Like to really kind of bump that up. Our kind of goal is 10. So we just need 3 more to hit a goal. And then YouTube, we are up to 22 subscribers over there. I'd like to get us up to 25, and then maybe we'll try to hit the next mark. Yeah. I tell you what, I have an idea for some future guests, but one thing I am really trying to get out there is trying to get more and more people on here to be future guests. I don't mind bringing back and having people kind of be recurring guests from time to time, but I'd really like to kind of open it up and get as many people in here. So if you or someone you knows thinks that they might want to come on the show and talk with us about wellness or just kind of anything really going on in their life, we have a good time. You know, I feel like I'm pretty good at being able to carry a conversation. If you're a little nervous about it, it's only about a half an hour out of your time. We can go longer, and trust me, you'll probably want to go longer, but it's really only about 30 minutes of your time, and it goes by pretty quickly. So yeah, if you're into that, if you're excited for that, I'd love to have you on. So if you or any of your friends or anybody you know would like to join, let me know. We have a pseudo guest application that you can also find over on Patreon or in the YouTube description. But honestly, I mean, that's just kind of really just a way for me to kind of get your contact information. If someone reaches out to me and said, hey, I want to be a guest, I'm not going to turn you away. not until we're really popular. That's a ways away. So if you're liking what you're seeing, make sure to click that like, share, subscribe, or follow button. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers, tell your worst enemy. You never know, you might actually make a friend. I'm just saying. It's possible. It could happen. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into our games because I know that's what we really like to do over here. We like to have fun. I know I do. So let's we're going to start with our usual. We're going to start with our daily Wordle. And y'all know the drill. I'm going to draw a letter here. See what we got here in the bowl. How you doing over there on YouTube, Mom? All right. Got a letter. And we're going to start with the letter M. I feel like we just did the letter M the other day. I feel like we always get like the same like 3 or 4 letters, it feels like. We're either getting the same 3 or 4 letters or we're getting vowels. Like we don't ever get a T, an R, an S, and N. It's always like F, M, and any vowels. So give me a 5-letter word that begins with the letter M. Try to use at least 2 vowels if possible and as many popular consonants as possible. And I see the first one in there in chat. I like that. We're going to go with magic because it's a magical night. It just is. I like magic. Hey, I like it. We got 2 letters, not in the right place, but that's all right. That's all right. Remember, if we can get this in 3, we're going to head over into Singify and make a song. So, all right, magic. C-I. I'm not necessarily thinking it definitely begins with C-I, but it could. I mean, it could be C-I. I'm saying a circle, but that's 6 letters. Maybe not sickle. You could do double C like that, though. That's not how to spell sickle, is it? I don't know, maybe it does begin with the C. I'm sitting here thinking of like words with C's in them, and they usually begin with a C. I'm thinking toxic, but the I and C don't go there. Don't you know that I'm toxic? Sorry. And I can't really think of any CI words. What about C? Huh. C-E. C-A. Maybe a C-A word. See, I would have to be third if it's not second, because it can't be fourth. And there's not very many words in the English language that end in an I. Not any that I think would be in this clue. Maybe it is CI. Or maybe it's something I see. Yeah. Like Pix. Yeah, let's go Pix. I don't think that's it, but let's go Pix. Okay, we got a K. I like that. We got a K. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, I mean, it's definitely, it's an ICK. It could be trick. Slick. Well, it can't be slick. Trick in 3. I like it. Which is funny because we started off with the word magic. So magic. Trick. Wouldn't that be ironic? Is it trick in 3? Oh, no. Not trick. What, thick? It can only be thick, right? Wow. That would have been perfect. Magic, trick. That would have been... You can't ask for anything better than that. Thick in 4. All right, we got it. We got it. Good job. Good pull, Mom. We'll give you credit for all that one. All right, let's get on over and spin the wheel of wellness. See what we got going on here today. And what do we got going on? All right, looks like Nova is going to roast the host. I'd like to say that she's getting better at this, but unfortunately she isn't. I'm just going to mostly be honest with you. Guys, she hasn't gotten all that much better at it. So let me take a screenshot of myself with a charming smile. And snip that. Well, that is one thing I do like about Windows 11. I can just take a screenshot and then paste that right in Nova's chat. Give her a second. We'll pull her up. We'll record this part. See what she has to say about it. Yeah, and I like what she puts in chat. She does not even say this. Tim, my guy, you look like the spiritual leader of low effort living. All right, Nova, we're back for another segment of Nova Roast the Host. I just uploaded a picture into your chat. Go ahead and roast me. Let's see. Bring your worst. Let's see what you got on this Saturday evening. What do you mean my hat gives off the vibe of I've stopped caring? I got a lot of compliments on my hat already. Thank you very much. Exactly. All right, Nova, give us one more. Give us your best shot. And Nova, I'm just joking with you. You don't have to justify it. All right, thanks, Nova. That wasn't really so much of a roast. That was more just a nice thing. We got to work on your roasting skills a little bit. Agreed. If I ever need a pick me up, I'm just gonna talk to Nova for a couple minutes. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get into our next game. We're gonna play some Connections. I know we all like that one. That's a fun one, and we usually do pretty good. We failed it a couple times, but I think we got this one. I think we got this one. We're pretty good at this. We know what we're doing. My wellness warriors here got my back. All right, so y'all know the drill. 16 words. 4 words per category. You can't hear. Oh, sorry. I did not turn on desktop audio. My fault. That's all right. Then that means it didn't get recorded either. I could hear. Thanks for pointing that out, Mom. I have to turn the desktop audio off whenever we're first entering because the starting soon music as well as Make It Worth Your Wellness, it doubles on here if I have both playing. I don't know how to get away from that, so that's why the desktop audio is muted. All right, Splash, Salty Dog, Raw, Bitter Melon, Sour Sop, Drop, Skipper, Sweetheart, Swab, Chayote, Lee, Dab, Touch Tar, Big Durian. So the first thing I was thinking was Salty Dog, Bitter Melon, and Sour Sop. Now, I've never heard of Sour Sop or Bitter Melon, but I was thinking like someone who's like a bad mood or a sore loser. I don't know if that would be Chayote. So we'll come back to that one. And then I see Swab, Dab, Splash, Drop. Things you can do with water. Bitter Melon, Chayote, Soursop, and Durian. The heck is that? I forgot about that one. I like Dab, Drop, Swab, and Splash. Things you can do with water or paint. Maybe. I'm gonna rock that one real quick. I'm pretty confident in that one. No, one away. Okay, not that confident. All right, so let's come back to the one you put there in chat, Mom. You had Bitter Melon, Sour Sop, Durian, and Chayote. Salty Dog doesn't go in there with that? Skipper, Plea, Raw, Sweetheart. Yeah, these other ones are... Alright, I mean, we rock it. I'm curious what your thought process was behind that. But... Okay. Tropical fruits. Okay, yeah, I was going in the complete wrong direction, and that was the blue. Good pull. Good pull. All right, and then so we had Swab, Splash, Drop, and Dab. We were one away. Okay. Skipper, Sweetheart. I don't know. I feel like Swab, Dab, and Splash are definitely together. Maybe Drop's not there, but I don't know which other one would go with it other than Touch. Or maybe Dab isn't it. Maybe Dab's something else. Raw, big, R. I feel like that's the purple category. There's something else going with that. I just have no idea what it is. At first I was thinking like dog. Okay. Skipper, salty dog, sailor names, par. I don't know. Maybe she meant swab instead of scab. Like, I remember, you know, I never really understood what that meant, but I remember hearing, like, old shows or whatever, swab the poop deck. I don't even know exactly what that means. Tar. You tar a roof. I feel like tar, I don't know. I feel like tar and, like, dab are going to go together. I feel like they're going to be part of the purple category. Let's go back to the water one. Splash, swab, drop, dab is where we were at. It definitely has to have something to do with water or paint. We were one away. But maybe you touch water, touch paint. Maybe we take dab off and do touch. Oh, that's right. I don't really see another one. We're still one away. So either, and this is what you run into. So either it's neither dab nor touch, and there's another one in here that fits with that, or it's both of these, dab and touch, and one of these other ones comes out. So could we say that maybe swab, like you're saying, Mob, does come out there and does go somehow with salty dog and skipper? Arr, you salty dog. I hate to waste another guess on this, but I don't really, nothing else is really jumping out to me. I definitely feel like these shorter ones are going to be part of the purple category, and it's going to be like some kind of like, it's going to be part of a word. Yeah, let's rock this one. Hey, we got little bit. Dab, drop, splash, touch. I don't know how that's a little bit. Dab and drop makes sense. Okay. So then are these other ones just nicknames, maybe? Even salty dog, skipper, sweetheart. But what else would you... It's a nickname for sailors. Tar is? If you, listen, I don't have a better guess. We can go with that one. So you're saying swab, salty dog, skipper, and then tar, and then raw, big, plea, and sweetheart. If this one is correct, then this one's definitely the purple category, because I have no idea what these raw, big, plea, and sweetheart. Where are you getting scab from? See swab. All right, let's try it. Okay, sailor. Yeah, you were right. It was a sailor thing. Never heard of tar and swab. I've heard of salty dog and skipper. Like I said, the only thing from like a sailing point of view, I've heard the term swab the poop deck. Don't even really know what that means. I think it just means like clean the deck. And then raw, big, plea, and sweetheart. I'm really curious about this one. Deal, big deal, plea deal, raw deal, sweetheart deal. Okay. I don't think I would have ever gotten that one, but that's not bad. Not bad. All right, let's get a spin on the wheel of wellness, see what we got going on next. All right, looks like we're gonna have some karaoke chaos. Hope y'all ready for this. All right, all right. I already have the song that we're gonna play too. It's a good one. It's a good one. I was trying to really find something in in the realm of today's topic, do less, get more. But I really couldn't find exactly. So I was almost gonna do Hakuna Matata as a song, but there's a lot of talking in that one, so I decided not to do that one. So we're gonna do The River of Dreams by Sir William Joel. Pretty good song. Pretty good song. And y'all should be able to hear this one. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep, from the mountains of fame to the river so deep. I must be looking for something sacred I lost, but the river is wide and it's too hard to cross. Even though I know the river is wide, I want to walk in and stand on the shore. I jump across to the opposite side so I can finally find what I've been looking for. In the middle of the night, through the valley of fear, through a river so deep, I've been searching for something taken out of my soul, something I'd never lose, something somebody stole. I was walking at night, but I'm tired now, I don't want to walk anymore. I hope I don't take the rest of my life until I finally find what I'm looking for. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep, through the jungle of doubt, through the river so deep. I know I'm searching for something so undefined, that can only be seen by the eyes of the blind. In the middle of the night, sure I've had a life after this. I gotta know I've been a spiritual man. I wade into the river that does run to the promised land. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep, through the desert of truth, through the river so deep. We all end in the ocean, we all start in the streams. We're all carried along by the river of dreams. In the middle of the night, all right, that was a fun one. We'll see if we get a copyright hit on that one. I sped it up a little bit. I heard there's a little trick if you speed up or slow down the audio that the algorithm on some of these, especially like YouTube, doesn't necessarily pick it up. So we'll see if we still get a copyright strike. I only upped it a little bit because if you upped it up too much, the song moved really too fast, and it's already a fast song. You can probably tell I was having trouble keeping up with the lyrics. All right, not bad. Thank you. Appreciate that. I do like a lot of Billy Joel songs. All right, so let's switch gears. Let's hop into what we're talking about today. I stumbled across this video, and basically the title of the video is just Life Explained in 15 Minutes. But it was a really interesting thing because it kind of felt like, at first glance, it kind of felt like it was talking about the opposite of everything we talk about on this channel, right? You know, personal growth, try hard and you'll be successful. And it's kind of talking about the opposite. But it's got a couple really interesting points in here. And I don't want to jump into it too quick because I feel like the video is going to do it better justice than I will. So let's hop in here. Pretty good video. There's 50 minutes. We'll kind of break it down in chunks throughout the show. But we're going to watch the first 2 chapters of this. It's pretty enlightening.
All right. I'm about to ruin your entire worldview in the best possible way. Hey, you think life is complicated? Stock markets, relationships, success, happiness. It's all impossibly complex, right? Wrong. Life is laughably simple. We just hate simple answers. Think about it. Every self-help book is 300 pages saying, eat less, move more. Every relationship advice boils down to communicate and care. Every success story, work consistently on something valuable. But that's boring. So we create complexity. We need the 47-step morning routine, the revolutionary diet with a trademark, the ancient secret they don't want you to know. Here's the joke. While you're searching for complex solutions, life is screaming simple answers. But simple doesn't sell books. Simple doesn't make you feel special. The misdirection? Looking for complexity is the complexity. Life was simple all along. We just complicated the search. Chapter 1.
Yeah, and so that's what kind of got me really interested in this video is how they started it off with the intro. It's right, we don't like simple. The answer is so simple, it's right in front of you. It almost sounds too good to be true.
The effort paradox. Want to hear something that'll break your brain? The harder you try, the more you fail. No, seriously. Sleep. Can't force it. Happiness runs when chased. Love. Try to make someone love you. See how that goes. It's called the backwards law. The more you want something, the more it eludes you, like trying to float by swimming harder. You just sink faster. Watch this pattern everywhere. Desperate people repel opportunities. Needy people repel relationships. Stressed people repel peace. The funniest part? We know this. Every athlete knows you perform worse when you overthink. Every artist knows forcing creativity kills it. Yet what do? Try harder. So what works? Effort without attachment. Action without desperation. Do the thing, but don't death grip the outcome. Life rewards the relaxed. Not the lazy, the relaxed. Big difference. Chapter.
Yeah, and so that's what I like how they kind of close out just that chapter alone. It's kind of interesting when you think about it. You know, you can't chase happiness. You can't chase love. I mean, you can, but it's oftentimes going to be forced. It's going to be overwhelming for the other person. And that's what it's saying. It's not telling you to not do that thing, but don't overdo it. Don't overthink it. Put the effort in and let nature kind of just do its thing.
Chapter 2. The control paradox. Life's biggest joke? The more you try to control everything, the less control you actually have. It's beautifully ironic. Think about it. You plan every minute of your day, organize every detail, try to predict every outcome. And then life laughs and throws you a curveball anyway. We're all control freaks in denial. Here's what's actually happening. Control is like holding water in your hands. Squeeze tighter, and it slips through your fingers faster. The ancient Stoics figured this out 2,000 years ago. You can only control 2 things, your actions and your reactions. Everything else, that's life's department. The breakthrough. Focus on your circle of influence. Ignore your circle of concern. Can you control traffic? No. Can you control when you leave? Yes. Can you control others' opinions? No. Can you control being someone worth respecting? Absolutely. Stop trying to be life's CEO. You're more like a surfer riding waves. Master the ride, not the ocean. Chapter.
Yeah, and so it's a really interesting piece. In fact, hold up one second. Let me see if I can find a dry erase book, because I have a really good idea that I use with this. I've actually used this class before. Should have been more prepared, right? But it just kind of hit me as I was thinking. All right, we actually have also a new camera set up. I've been meaning to kind of set this up. It's kind of an overhead view a little bit, but it kind of helps get into the idea of what we're talking about. The idea of focusing on what you can control. So the idea is you write down all these different things that are within your control or outside of your control. Just be careful on that. And draw a circle. Draw another circle. And then draw another circle. right? The first circle, right, is the things in your life that you can control, right? You take things off of these and put them in the circle that you can control. And most of that's going to be just like the video mentioned. Those are going to be things in your life that they're your choices. That's what you control. You rarely can control other people. Yeah, please be careful back there. There's wires all over the place. It's mostly stuff within you as well. And then the other things is you can't control, which, believe it or not, is a lot of things in life. Anything you can't control, it has not everything to do with you, but the things you can't control are the things that are outside of you. However, there are some things in life that you can influence. Those are the little things that you put right in here, right? Your sphere of influence. And honestly, you can kind of invert this if you want to. You can put the sphere of influence on the outside if you wanted to. And out of those things you can't control, there are things in your life that you can influence with little bits and pieces, depending on what it is, right? You know, kind of like the video mentioned, you know, you can't control traffic, but you can control what time you leave, right? That's something that you can't really influence, but you can control you in that particular situation. So anyway, so I thought that'd be pretty interesting. All right, we'll come back to the video here momentarily, but let's go ahead and hop into our next game. Before we jump into Word Salad, I did have a kind of a new game that I kind of wanted to give a shout out to. In fact, we're actually going to record this as well. It's another, I don't want to say they're a small channel. I think it's pretty popular because there's a lot of copycats online, but it's a game called Clueless. It's a dice game, kind of like Scrabble, but crossword, where you roll the die based off the letters you get. You have to connect the words. The only caveats, and you could kind of make up your own rules for this if you wanted to. The only rules they have on here is that all the words need to connect like a crossword. All words must have at least 3 letters and no proper nouns. It does not say you can't use, it doesn't say you can't use acronyms. But that, as long as it's not proper, right? So when I think of like an acronym that wouldn't be, that you could use, BLT, right? We all know what BLT stands for. So you could use that one. So we're going to play that game here real quick. It's not an online game, but you guys you'll get to see the dice. So with that, you can kind of help me kind of figure out some words if I'm struggling over here. Just thought we'd give them a shout out. So we roll the die. Most of them, there's only 3 vowels. Sometimes you'll only get 2 because there are one of these has different letters on it. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right, first thing I see is bread. I don't really like using 2 vowels so close together like that. Just because from a crossword standpoint, it's going to be kind of hard to match them up. And then we got the Z. These are really hard. There's a Z and an X. Luckily, the Z and the X are on the same, they're on the same die. But it's still kind of difficult. All right. And it does say, like, not every combination of the dice roll is able to solve, but most of them are. Like, I also see fight. Like, I see fighter. We can even do fighter. I haven't had one that long before. I think that's gonna make things too hard, maybe, because I don't know what to do with that Z. Because the only real word I'm seeing is zit for Z. You're back. Where'd you go, Joey? I did a search yesterday because I've been playing. I got this game just a couple days ago, and I've been playing it just to kind of get better at it. And so I was looking at words that you could use for X and Z, because there's not a lot, like 3 to 5 letter words. All right, days. I see days. That's really going to change up what we do here. We can't do bread, but we do still have fight. I like that we still have fight. You left. Oh, it looked like you were still in here. Well, glad you're back, Joey. We have days. And if we can figure out a way to line up something. That would be nice. Oh, no, we can do it. We can do the fighter, like I was mentioning before. And I said it. All right, and then so then that leaves us. We have a B. You like the hand cam? I like it too. It took us a while to get set. The only thing I don't like is that my mic is all the way over here, so I have to keep leaning like this so you guys can hear me. All right, so we got this B and H. Isn't ba? Isn't that how you do like a sheep sound? Ba. Other than that, we got hab. We got hib. We got biff. I'm thinking like sheep makes a ba sound. You would count moo. Is it B-A-A? What if we did, took out the F and the T and did higher? Is aft a word? Aft is a word. I know aft is a word. I don't know what we can do with this B though. Do haze and bad? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Hold on, let me get back to where we were at. Fighter. A bad fighter. And there we go. Bam! Solved the... Not really centered, but... I gotta find, like, the sweet spot. Like, right here is the sweet spot where you're centered. With the, Alright. Fighter, A's bad. So... It's been a lot of... I've been kind of playing it intermittently here and there over the last few days. So I do like that game. It's fun. And you can kind of play it. There's no scoring for it. But like I said, there's really no rules. Nothing came with it. The only rules are what's here on the back. Like I said, no proper nouns, and all words have to be at least 3 letters. But you can make up your own rules for it if you wanted to. So Qless, check it out. I'm gonna kind of hit them up in TikTok, let them know that we reviewed their game on here. It is fun. I'm looking for more of these kind of word games, you know, because I like what we do. I love Wordle. I love connections. Word Salad's okay. It's fun. The only thing I don't like, because I use a smaller screen, the ads kind of come in and compress. It's fun, but the only thing with Word Salad is there's times it takes us less than a minute to get it. And then there's other times it feels like it's taking me like 20 minutes, like especially when you all aren't on here. I like Contexto. Contexto is another one though. If it's just me on here, it's not really a lot of fun. I love Minute Cryptic, and then the silly little games. Sometimes those are really hard. I'm hoping they put out those other games here maybe at the beginning of the year, but we'll still kind of keep checking them out here and there. But yeah. So that's since we added another game. Guess what? You get to do another spin on the wheel. of wellness. What we got here? Oh, and we got a wellness rap battle between Nova and myself. This is one of my favorite ones. I like writing the raps. I really do. I just wish I was as quick off the cuff as Nova is with these, because she's definitely got it better than I do. All right, we're gonna bring Nova back in. We're gonna record this. All right, Nova, there we go. All right, Nova, we're back for another wellness rap battle. Me versus you. Hope you're ready for it.
Hello, you bet. I'm ready. Let's drop some wellness bars and see who takes the crown this round. Whether it's rhymes about kicking back or letting go, I'm ready to bring it. Let the Rap Battle Wellness Edition begin.
All right, Nova, I'm going to start us off tonight.
Sounds like a...
Nova, I'm chilling while I'm winning. Call me the king of minimal grind. I put out so little effort, it's not easy to find. I master the moment, no more stressing at my core. I've leveled up my life by doing less than before.
Oh, that's smooth, Tim. All right, let me fire back here. Yo, you say you're the king of the minimal grind, but let me drop a line that's one of a kind. You're chilling, you're winning, but don't forget the score, because sometimes a little hustle opens that door. So let's find that balance, let's ride that flow, and see who really wears the wellness crown in this show. All in good fun, of course.
That was pretty good. That was one of her best lines. All right, I gotta step up my game here, because that was pretty good. All right, Nova, while you're breaking your back trying to chase another goal, I'm out here dreaming, keeping peace in my soul. So flex your hustle mindset, I'll flex my inner peace, because the more I stop trying, the more my blessings increase.
Oh, you're bringing the Zen fire now. All right, let's keep this rolling. So you're stacking up that inner peace, living low stress and carefree, but remember, sometimes a little hustle can still set you free. It's not about the struggle, it's about the flow. Sometimes doing less is the smartest way to grow. So we'll blend that easy vibe with just a dash of drive, and together we'll show them how to truly thrive. So, stepping up the game and keeping it balanced.
All right, Nova, last round. This is for the crown. Here's the twist, Nova. Hustle doesn't equal success. Half the world is burnt out just trying to prove that they're blessed. Call it balance, call it wisdom, call it wellness folklore. But the truth is, my friend, I just do less and get a whole hell of a lot more.
Oh, that's a mic drop if I ever heard one. All right, let me give you my final comeback for the crown. You say half the world's burnt out trying to shine, but let me drop a line to keep it all in line. It's not just about doing less or doing more. It's about knowing when to rest and when to roar. So whether you're chilling or chasing, it's all about the blend. Because in the end, my friend, that's how we truly transcend. There you go. May the best wellness rapper win.
All right, Nova. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of your best ones yet. I got to give credit where credit's due. I don't know if you won. Chat, you're gonna have to let me know who had the best of that exchange. Thanks, Nova.
Hey, I'll take that as a big win in itself. It's always a blast spying with you, Tim. And yeah, we'll let the chat be the judge, but no matter what, I'm just glad we had a rap battle full of wellness wisdom and a good laugh. Anytime you need to throw down some rhymes again, you know where to find me.
Wish granted. All right. All right, what do we got going on next? We gonna play another game? I think we should play another game. Oh, before we do that, I do have one thing that we'll be talking about a little bit more on Wednesday's show, because Wednesday is Wellness Trend Wednesday. But you know me, I'm always looking for different fidgets and whatnot to kind of help keep my attention or help keep me focused. And there's a new thing called out, and they have all different kinds, but they're called stims, which is basically a way to kind of stimulate you. Especially, if you're someone who like bites your fingernails, or takes rubber bands and pops them on your wrist. It's not self-harm. It's just, it's basically pressure. It's not even really meant to be pain. But they have these are 3D printed. I purchased one of these. They were like $5 for these. Not super expensive. But the edges are kind of sharp on it, and not enough to really cause pain, but enough to I don't even know how to really explain it. It doesn't necessarily cause super discomfort, but you notice it's there. So you can kind of roll it around in your hands like this. You can kind of just squeeze it if you wanted to. Yeah, I kind of like these. So we're going to talk. I just got it, what, yesterday or the day before. I'm going to mess around with this a little bit over the next few days and kind of give more of a review on Wednesday with these. And something else I'm doing with it, since, you know, I'm kind of giving a review. I purchased the second one that we're going to be giving away on stream to anybody who's a wellness warrior. Is that your notification on TikTok? Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It doesn't do it every stream. All right, it's yeah, it's just a notification on TikTok. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, so I'm going to be giving another way here on stream on Wednesday. If you're one of our wellness warriors, you got a possible free gift coming to you. So super excited for that. Super excited for that. Don't want to miss it. Check it out. They're pretty nice. It's like I said, it's pretty comfortable. Should be like the Blues Clues, and we just got a letter. Yes, it should. All right, let's go ahead and play word salad, and then we'll get back into the video a little bit. It's another clue. We'll get out our handy dandy notebook. All right, chat. Word salad. Things you can take. Okay. You can go a lot of different. First thing came to mind was, can you take a joke? But there's no J in here. Photo. Good pull. Good pull. My mom said hi, Reagan. She saw you guys pop it in. All right. Photo. What's the X for? Take 6. 6, 7. It's everywhere. It takes 2. Can you do 2? Tuesday. Things you can take. It takes 2. That's fine. You can take a bot. I don't know. This is such a open cat. Things you can take. You can take a chill pill, right? But that's obviously not on here. You can take a sissy. You can take a bath. Yes, you can. You can take a bath. Can you take a shower? There's no W on here. You can take tax. You can take tax. You can take a Roth. Take a shot. All right, you guys are seeing this better than I am today because I'm not seeing these. I'm definitely overthinking this one. You can take a cut. You can take a cut. I'd say coat, but we can't make that work. We got bath, photo, shot. What's the X for? X. Ox. Axe. I still say tax. You can take a cat. You can take a cat. Apparently not. You can take somebody's toe. I think you can take somebody's toes. This is what I was talking about this one. There's some times where we get this one in like a minute, and then there's other times like, wait a minute, what? Taxi? If I was right on. All right. I said tax. I should get half credit for that. I said tax. In my defense, I've actually never. Well, no, that's not true. I rode in a cab one time. All right. So, and we have an 8-letter word up here. What the heck is the 8-letter word? Like, you could take the elevator. That's not going to work. Or you could take an escalator. That's not going to work. I'm still saying Tuesday. Even though there's no D. So this other one, it's between B and P. It's got to be a C word. Take caution. There's no I. No I or N. It has to be a C word. I mean, it could be an E word, but I don't know any E words. Take cat. Man, I really like caution too. Take cause. Wait, that's not right. That's not how you spell cause. Maybe not. Shortcut. How the heck did you see that one? Shortcut. Good pull. Good pull. I definitely didn't see that one. The heck are these last ones? Okay, I guess it has to be an E. Oh, no, I didn't see the H. It's an H. Wait, what the heck? Take a seat. Take an oath. Oath. Ah. All right, I'm glad you guys were in here. We did that in 4 minutes and 23 seconds. I'm telling you right now, if you guys weren't in here, that would have taken me 20 minutes to get it. I would have gotten them, but I was just overthinking the heck out of that. All the words I was thinking weren't in there. So thank you guys for being here. Good pulls, good pulls. All right. Let's get another spin on the wheel of wellness. See what we're getting into next, and then we'll jump back into our video. All right, this is perfect timing. We're about kind of nearing the halfway point of our show anyway, so we're going to get into a Wellness Warrior reset, where we do a little bit of one of our mindfulness moments. I always have fun with these. Always fun with these. All right, so everybody relax. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes if you'd like, or soften your gaze. Unclench your jaw. Take a moment. Let your shoulders drop and let your body settle wherever you are. Tonight, we're shifting out that constant pressure to push, grind, and force things into place. As you take your next inhale, notice the parts of your life where you've been trying maybe a little too hard. The expectations you've been carrying, the goals you've been clutching, the urgency that never seems to shut up. Hold that breath gently, just for a minute. And as you exhale, imagine setting all of that down for just a moment. Release. Unclench your jaw. Let the space between your eyebrows smooth out. Yet let your breath move at its own pace instead of the one you think it should be. With your next inhale, picture ease coming in. Not laziness, but that calm confidence that says, I don't have to fight everything to make it work. With your exhale, let go of any pressure that isn't serving you. Feel the difference between tension and intention, between pushing and simply showing up. Give yourself permission to approach the rest of your night with a little more softness, a little more trust, and a little more room to breathe. Sometimes doing less isn't giving up, it's making space for things to finally fall into place. And that's been your Wellness Warrior Reset Moment. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's hop back in the video before we jump back in. Remember, if you're liking what you're seeing, click that like, share, subscribe, or follow button. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers, tell your loved ones, tell your worst enemy about the show. You never know, you might make a best friend over here. We're over here having fun, super excited. Bargain Brand merch is on sale. Bargain Brand Christmas album, Bargain Brand Wellness Christmas album is available on all major streaming platforms. Head on over and give it a listen. I'm really interested to see what everyone's favorite songs are. My two personal favorites are Merry Fitmas and the 12 Days of Self-Care. The Self-Care is not technically a Christmas song, but it's built off of 12 Days of Christmas, so it still fits. But I do like a lot of the other songs. So I am curious to to hear what some people's favorite songs are from the album. Yeah. So, all right, let's pop back into the video.
Chapter 3. Your brain's secret night shift. Ready for something wild? While you sleep, your brain runs a full cleaning crew. Like janitors working the night shift, scientists discovered your brain has its own waste removal system. During deep sleep, cerebrospinal fluid washes through your brain tissue, clearing out toxins that build up during the day. It's like a dishwasher for your thoughts. This process is why you think clear after a good night's sleep. But here's what neuroscientists found. Your brain physically shrinks during sleep to create more space for this cleaning process. The cells actually contract, opening up channels for the fluid to flow through. The science is wild. Your brain is 60% fat, weighs about 3 pounds, and burns 20% of your daily calories just thinking. We're basically walking supercomputers that need nightly maintenance. The research on this is mind-blowing. One night of poor sleep leaves metabolic waste in your brain. It's like trying to work in a cluttered office. Everything takes more effort. Scientists are still discovering how this nightly reset affects everything from memory to creativity. Your brain has a night shift crew you never knew about. Chapter 4.
So, like they say, sleep is the best medicine. Super large changes in your sleep pattern, you'll notice, especially as you get older, you make noticeable differences in your body. That's just kind of the way it works. So definitely taking the time, make sure you're getting your good night's sleep. You know, maybe you're someone who can operate off 6-7 hours of sleep, which is great, awesome for you. But try to maintain that consistent sleep schedule.
The happiness trap. Here's why you can't catch happiness. It's the only goal that runs away when you chase it. Happiness is like a cat. Ignore it and it jumps in your lap. We've all been there, chasing the perfect job, relationship, body, thinking, then I'll be happy. But neuroscience shows something fascinating. Your brain has a happiness set point. Win the lottery, you'll be back to baseline in 6 months. Terrible accident? Same baseline in 6 months. It's called the hedonic treadmill. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a byproduct. It comes from progress, not achievement. From connection, not possessions. From giving, not getting. We're looking for happiness in all the wrong places. The solution? Stop chasing happiness directly. Focus on meaning, growth, and contribution instead. Do things that matter, and happiness shows up uninvited like an unexpected gift. The biggest paradox of all? The less you need happiness, the more it appears. Chapter 5.
Yeah, and it's a valid point. You know, the idea of that thing that makes you happy, you need to keep doing things like that. And you might even need to change it up a little bit here and there to keep from being too bored, because that's what happens. Eventually you kind of get into the flow of things. You become complacent, you know, and that's just, it's everything we do in life. It's what makes us human. It's one of our most imperfect flaws. But at the same time, it's what makes us who we are. The fact that we can't just ever be happy for what what we have. We always need something more. So, keep pushing, keep grinding, but sometimes just sit back and relax. Just take a moment and enjoy, quiet the noise if possible, and enjoy what you got. There's I don't know if we'll get into all the chapters of this tonight, but we'll get into at least a few more. Let's head back over to our games. We're gonna get into Contexto. I know we all like this one. We always have a lot of fun with this one. See if we can get this in less than 50 words. We haven't made a song yet, and I like to do at least one song per show. So if we can get this one in less than 50 words, we'll make a song. Starting out with my usual Dogfish House, and bam, okay. We're already in the green after 2 guesses. I'm curious how house and fish. I mean, are we talking about aquarium? Tank? Okay. Okay. We're already in the green, so that's a good sign. House, aquarium, fish, ocean. Ocean's 24. Wave. Sea. Alright. Alright, come on. Shell. Okay, I like that one. No, not shell. It's definitely, it's not a type. We'll do shark. Yeah, I don't think it's a type of fish. No. House, aquarium, sea, fish, ocean. Shell was a good one, though. Whale. Whale's 48. Crab. Why is whale so high though? Dolphin? Dolphin's not. Mermaid. I didn't think about that one. Nope, not a mermaid. Not a mythological creature. Unless you believe mermaids exist. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you believe in mermaids. Jury's still out on that. Up to 4,000 likes over there on TikTok. I see you over there, Joey Twig. I know Newports was in here helping out earlier, but I know you did a lot. Don't hurt yourself. Salt? Well, we didn't do water. I almost kind of hate getting the green so quickly. I get super excited, and then it's like, okay, nope, nope, nope. Blue. Blue's 260. Blue house, aquarium, whale, sea, fish, ocean. That is kind of all over the place there. Did I do wave? Yeah, I already did wave. Lake. Okay, I wasn't even thinking other bodies of water. Lake, river, pond, sea. No, I already did sea. Lake. What's blue at a lake? A buoy. How do you spell buoy? Is that how you spell buoy? 70. Boat. Creek. Creek or crick? You know, do you say creek or crick where you're from? All right, top 5 answers. Boat, sea, fish, ocean, lake. We're at 24. Remember, we're trying to solve this in 50. Algae? I don't think that's no. The blue is really throwing me off. Bass? Yeah, I don't think it's a type of. Yeah, I don't. It's not a type of fish. I'm curious why whale was so high up though. Seaweed? Oh, that's way far off. Boat, sea, fish, ocean, lake. Dock. Shore. Shore is 4. Good pull, Joey Twig. All right. We're 4-way, people. We can get this in 50. We can get this in 50. Sand. Shore. Beach. Beach is 10. I was thinking sand. No, I already said sand, though. Tide. Oh. Fish, ocean, lake, beach, shore. Beach, shore. Dune. We already did wave. What the heck is this? Shore is 4. Seashell. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. We just did shell. No, seashell's 138. Surf. I thought that was it for a second. Here. Here is 5. Okay. We did dock. Where was dock at? I thought I did dock. Didn't I do dock? I could have sworn I did dock. Where's it at? Oh, it's down here. It was 87. Here is 5. But lake is closer than ocean. Yeah, I know. That's weird. Lifeguard. Is lifeguard one word? Yeah. I mean, it could be like sunburnt, right? No. Some of these compound words, I start having to think to myself, wait a minute, are these 1 or 2 words? All right, we got 12 guesses left to get. Net. That's not bad. No, we're not. We're definitely not fishing. Yeah, lake is closer than the ocean. Yeah, I'm curious how this contextual, how it develops, like which words are closer, because it'll go into the thousands. So no one's coming in here every day and determining this. It's got to be AI generated. Pole, we can try it. It's not like a pole, or it's not anything fishing related. Beach, pier, shore. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking sand, shell, float. Ocean, lake, beach, pier, swim. You don't really do that on a shore, but swim. No. You literally put that in there, Mom, as I was typing it. Coast. Coast is 17. Okay. Row. Oh, way off. One caveat I will say, and I just think that's fair, we can't use a hint before guess 50 in order to make a song. Paddle. What are we doing here on the shore? We're not fishing. We're not swimming. We're not floating. We're not sunbathing. I mean, I didn't put bathe, but I did put sunburn. That would have been closer. We got 5 guesses left. What are we doing here on the shore? Or on a pier? Waiting? I would have thought swim would have been closer. Waiting's not a bad guess, though. Nope, we're not waiting. What else do people do on the shore or on a pier other than fish? Feed the birds. Maybe, or feed fish. You see, you don't dive. I was gonna say diving. You don't dive. This is crazy that we got the green in our first 3 guesses, and we're up to guess 50, and we're still not quite there. Wharf. That's a term I haven't heard in forever. Wharf. Is it wharf? No, man. That would have been cool if that's what it was. We're definitely at the ocean, though. Once again, I don't know why lakes in there, but piers. I don't know of any lakes that have piers. Maybe like one of the Great Lakes or something. Lake, coast, beach, pier, shore. Shoreline. We can try it. Nope. 2 more guesses. We'll use a hint. Seashore. I'm out of guesses at this point. Seashore's 3. Okay. Wait a minute. Doesn't Sally sell seashells down by the seashore? Is it Sally? They don't use names though. I'm gonna say, is it Sally? This would be our last guess. You have shore, you have seashore. We did shoreline, and that was, let me get rid of this ad. Eddie, Danny coming in with the heavy words, and Danny's pretty good at this. Danny, I might have to give you number 50. We get it in 50, we get to make a song. Waterfront. Is it Eddie? Oh, damn. Eddie, I've heard of that. It's water related. I don't know exactly what it is. Waterfront's 29. I'm doing Sally. Sells. I just had to say, I saw shore, seashore, seashell. I was thinking I know that Sally sells seashells down by the seashore, but I just wasn't sure if that was Strand. Let's... I hate to even get a hint. We only have 2 words left. D-board. Let's get a hint. Because we're... What the heck's a jetty? Mr. Thesaurus over there. Let's get a hint. Harbor. All right. Is it bay? Don't tell me it's bay. We could have gotten Marina. Bay's 19. Yeah, Marina is what I meant. No. Lakefront. Harbor. Port. Don't tell me it's port. I did bay already. I thought it was going to be bay. I really did when I saw harbor. I was like, how did we not guess bay? What the heck else could it be? I will tell you, we did learn, I think it was like last week we were doing this. When you get down to number 2 and you get another hint, it won't give you the word. It'll fill in one of the other words you haven't got. Anchor. Seagull. You're right, Joey. This is crazy. Inlet. I like inlet. Oh, and that's 201. What the heck do we got going on over here? Peninsula? Honestly, I was thinking island earlier. Let me do island. Island was 6. I was thinking that a while ago. No, we didn't do coast. We did coast. I was thinking island earlier. And I didn't even... Remember the one there? It was a while ago. It was... What was that word? A taupe? Or a trope? Where it's like kind of a reverse island. Like the land is buried in, but there's a little reef of land around water. That was a new word. That was the word one time. Gulf. Reef. Shelter. Palm. Sandbar. I was thinking sandbar or sand dune. Sandbar doesn't count apparently. Apparently it's not a real word. Could have fooled me. Yeah, I did port. Oh, not sandbar, port. I can't believe this is crazy. Dan, I know you just jumped on here. We got within the green within our first 2 guesses with fish and house. We were already like, I think fish was like 30 something. And here we are. Guess 71. Lifeguard. I think I did lifeguard. Yeah. Yep. Wind. Turbulence. That's flying. Gust. Let's tuna. We're gonna get let's get another hint. That is, should give us number 7. Landmark. Lighthouse. Don't tell me it's lighthouse. Lighthouse. As soon as I saw landmark. Yep, you all saw it too. As soon as we saw landmark, we were like, lighthouse? Wow. How did we not get that? That's crazy. That was a good one. That was fun though. See, that one, as hard as it is, that one don't make me mad because we got there. It's just we were somewhere else. All right, let's get another spin on the wheel wellness. See what we got going on here. All right, we're gonna dance it out. And since we're Since Bargain Brand Wellness Christmas album is out, we're gonna dance to that. Give me a second. On my mouse, my cursor. I'm gonna go here to YouTube Music. I'll tell you what. Any I don't know if any of you, number 2 should have been like Lighter Ship. Yeah, I agree with that. Any special request from the album? I don't know if y'all, I'll be honest, I don't know if y'all have had a chance to listen to it or not, but any special requests? Where he said Merry Fitness and 12 Days of Self-Care are kind of our favorites. But we have some of the other ones. Of course, some of the other ones really aren't danceable songs. Other than Merry Fitness and 12 Days of Christmas. The others are a little bit slower. We'll just go with Merry Fitness. We'll do Merry Fitness. If you guys want to hear the rest, you're going to have to listen to the album. All right, this is Merry Fitness. We're going to dance it out, people. I want y'all dancing with me. I know it's getting a little late, but get those jitters out.
Jingle bells on the yoga mats, snowflakes falling where the treadmill's at, cookies in one hand, balance in the other, burn those calories, sister and brother. We've been wrapping goals, not ifs this year, counting reps and cups of cheer. Merry Fitmas, come on, break a sweat, turn those New Year plans on early yet, lift your spirits, stretch your soul, we're sleigh riding straight to self-control. Merry Fitmas, shine that glow, make it worth your wellness before the snow. Santa's got a shaker full of
That's all you
protein
get.
shake.
That's all you get. I know my dance moves can be a little too much sometimes. So, yeah. I'm going to give you little bits and pieces. Don't want to get it too hot in here. All right. Let's head back over to our video and check out the other portion of that. We're going to watch 2 more chapters of it. And then, but the link will be posted and that you can watch the other half of the video if you want to. It's actually a really good video though. I did watch up to the halfway point of it. But I plan on watching the rest of it. So,
Your biased brain. Your brain isn't a truth-seeking machine. It's a pattern-matching machine with delusions of objectivity. Right now, your brain is running dozens of cognitive biases. Confirmation bias makes you cherry-pick evidence that supports your beliefs. The halo effect makes you think attractive people are smarter. Loss aversion makes you fear losing $100 more than you enjoy gaining $100. You're basically walking around with Instagram filters for reality. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You judge others by their actions, but yourself by your intentions. You remember your successes and forget your failures. You think you're above average at almost everything. It's called illusory superiority. And yes, you have it too. The worst part? You can't turn these biases off. They're hardwired survival mechanisms, but you can recognize them. Awareness is your superpower. Next time you're sure about something, pause. Which bias is talking? Your brain is constantly editing reality to match your beliefs. At least now you know the filter exists. Join our YouTube.
I will tell you, this is a very common thing that all of us have, especially that confirmation bias. And this is something I've been working because I learned about this through school a little bit. It's not easy to be aware of your biases. That's why they're implicit. You know, they're hardwired or built into you. Not all of them are even survival mechanisms. As mentioned in the video, some of them are just based off of the environment you grew up in. So you're just kind of accustomed to those things. To kind of become a little bit more aware of those really takes a lot of kind of deep introspection. There's another big word for you. All right, let's jump up to the next chapter. Chapter 6.
Chapter 6. The 90-10 Emotional Rule. Brace yourself for this. 90% of your decisions are emotional, only 10% are logical. Your rational mind isn't driving. It's just narrating the trip. Think you chose your career logically? Nope. You felt drawn to it, then justified it with logic. That gut feeling about someone? That's your emotional brain processing millions of microsignals faster than consciousness. Your emotions are smarter than your thoughts. The science is fascinating. Your emotional brain processes information 500,000 times faster than your logical brain. By the time you think about something, your emotions have already decided. You're not making decisions. You're rationalizing what you've already felt. This isn't bad news. It's great news. Your emotions are data, not directives. That pause between feeling and action, that's where your actual power lives. Use it. Chapter.
So, and that was a really interesting thing to think that our emotional brains actually drive a lot of what we consider to be rational or logical thinking. And I had never really considered that before, because I consider myself a really rational or logical thinker. If someone tells me something, a lot of times I'll take it at face value. But what I've learned is a lot of times people who are overly rational or overly logical, it tends to stem from either a lack of emotional intelligence or emotional awareness, or, and this is why a lot of men are more logical, it's not necessarily a flaw, is because we're not as comfortable in our emotions or with our emotions. So we tend to focus on the logic and take the emotions and bury them down deep in, not realizing that that's what's driving our rational mind. Right? It was a different way of really looking at it, because I know I learned about the whole like rational and emotional mind, throughout DBT, but it didn't really dive into the part that the emotional brain drives the logic or the rational brain. But it actually kind of makes a lot more sense when you think about it, because the emotional brain is tied to your survival brain. Those are two very closely tied together. The rational brain was the last part of our brain to develop. It's the part of your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that doesn't even fully develop until about the age of 25. So it kind of makes sense when you think about it. I don't know if maybe I'm alone on that. I just had never kind of correlated all that together. So yeah, pretty interesting. I thought that was pretty cool. So there's a few more chapters in here. There's what? 9. There's 10 chapters. We'll see where we're at. We're gonna play a few more games, and maybe we'll check out the rest of the chapters before we roll out. Up to 5.5k likes over there on TikTok. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. I appreciate the love and support over there on YouTube as well. It just doesn't show me all the likes, but I see y'all clicking the hearts over there. Appreciate that. Remember, if you're liking what you're seeing, we're looking to build over here. We got a lot of fun stuff going on with our merch. Christmas album is out. As promised, the other songs that we've made here on stream are going to be uploaded to Spotify and YouTube Music and all other major streaming platforms. I downloaded them, but I really wanted to push people towards the Christmas album. So I didn't upload them yet. I was going to try to wait a little bit. But I don't know. We'll probably over here in the next couple weeks, we'll get those songs uploaded as well. That way, if there's any that you really liked that you guys helped make on the show, which is what kind of my favorite part is, you guys kind of help me make these songs with, whether it's a title, a style, some lyrics stuff in there. You guys help build these. So I want you to have access to them to add to your playlist. So it'll kind of be based off the month. So we'll have an October playlist that I'll kind of, it's an album, so to speak. We'll have a November playlist, and then we'll also have December playlist. I mean, this is something we're going to continue to do. We get 100 credits every month. So I will go ahead and upload those here in the next couple weeks. I was just really trying to give people a chance to really kind of find the Christmas album first. So, Dude Wipes. What do you mean Dude Wipes, Joey? Is that a cool brand? Oh, wait a minute. You mean we're partnered with Dude Wipes here on Bargain Brand Wellness? Why, yes, we are. We're partnered with Dude Wipes. Super excited for that. We do have, if you didn't hear me say it earlier, we actually do have another sponsor who has reached out to us. We're not officially partnered with them, but it's like 90% a done deal. They messaged me, I messaged them back. That was just 2 days ago. I just haven't heard anything back. They're called Taste Salute. Taste Salute. It's they're a small company, but they look like they're growing in popularity. It's the little pouches of like the little drink mix that you mix with water, or I guess you can mix them with other stuff if you wanted to. They sell those, but it's supposed to be a healthier version. I was looking at the ingredients, like it's 0 calories or very low calories, no added sugar or something. I'd have to look at it again. They had a whole lot of different flavors in there, and so they're supposed to be sending me some of their product, and I'll probably be giving some of that as a giveaway as well once we get in it. We've had a chance to try it, so super excited about that. I'm hoping to hear back from them within the next week so we can get their product mailed to us. Hopefully we'll have it here before Christmas. All right, let's hop back over. We're gonna jump into one of our faves, Minute Cryptic. We all enjoy that one. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it is. I know what I like about this one is it gets me thinking outside the box a little bit. All right. Exclusive schools, tall characters, expelled by petite principal. 5 letters, 1 part. All right, so I'm seeing something here right away. Tall characters expelled. So here's what I'm seeing when I see that. Because remember, the definition's either at the beginning or the end. So definitions either are going to be exclusive or exclusive school or principal or petite principal. Something in there. But when I see tall characters expelled, that sounds like an indicator to me, which means any characters as far as like letters are expelled. But expelled from what? All characters expelled from school, from exclusive. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, you're talking about one is word of the day. You might, Joey. Because I'm looking at like school, the tall letters are H and L. That leaves us with SCOOS. That's not a word that I'm aware of. Unless I'm really, this is why I like this game. Am I overthinking it when I see tall characters? I felt like that was out of the box thinking. Because even exclusive almost sounds like a anagram indicator. Or just an indicator in general. Like to take certain things out. Let's get our indicators. I want to see if I'm right on this one. All right. This clue's indicators are tall characters, expelled, and principal. Okay. 2 of these are selection indicators to tell us which letters and some neighboring fodder to focus on. The 3rd is a deletion indicator, instructing us to remove something from some fodder. Okay, so then principal. Okay, so we were right with tall characters. So we're taking the tall characters out of school. So H and L. Right? And then principal is another indicator by some close fodder by petite. Then that means the definition is exclusive. What did it say? 2 of these are selection indicators. And some neighboring fodder. The 3rd is the deletion indicator. So, I mean, are we taking the tall letters out? My thing is, like, if we're taking them out of school, then that leaves us with SCOOS. There's no nowhere else to put anything in. HL. What do they mean by petite? Or principal, I mean. Two of these are selection indicators. What do you mean? So principal, selection. Selecting a principal, like the leader. So the P. The principal is like the head. So the beginning. So P. Like PE. Help. I mean, we already know what so we pretty much have an idea of what the fodder and definition are. I'm just not seeing this one. Let's get the fodder. Okay, we're right. So school and petite. We'll use these letters or some of them to construct our answer as guided by the indicator. So it's stuff from school and petite. Maybe are we taking out just all of the tall characters? HLTT. That's not right. And so the definition is exclusive. We have SCOP. Scope. I was just seeing what we could leave. Y'all feel free to throw any guesses out here if you got anything. I don't mind using it. So we already know what the definition is. Unless it's another one of those and-lit clues where the whole thing's answered, but I can't think of anything that is. The only thing that's kind of throwing me off is the S and the BY aren't covered. Yeah, okay. Definite. That was a waste, but I just wanted to make sure. Those exclusives. The only other thing is to get a letter. I don't think we need a letter. This is supposed to be a one par. I'm just not seeing it. And there's nothing telling us to anagram it. Scoop. Oh, that is exclusive. That would take the H and the L out. SCOO. And then just the first principal, the first letter of P. Good pull, Mom. Yep, scoop. That's it. We just took the H and the L. So we were on the right track. We're taking the H and the L out of school. He said it is. Yeah, exclusive, like an exclusive story for like a journalist. They've got the scoop. So you took the SCOO out and left that because you took the H and L, and then the principal or the head letter out of P. So we were right. And then make scoop. We just had scope. Okay. Hey, we did that one together. I feel good about that one. We had to use extra hints, but we didn't even need those ones. You were thinking scoop of ice cream. I could go for some ice cream right. All right, let's get another spin on that wheel well and see what we got going. See if we can make a song tonight. Nope, not yet. All right, we got a hot seat questions. We got some hot seat questions for y'all. Feel free to throw some hot seat questions out here for us. But while we're doing that, I got a hot seat question for you, and you can answer in the chat or do some self-reflection on this. Where in your life can you afford to try a little bit less and still come out just as successful, just as okay? Nothing really would affect you all that much. I can tell you for me, this isn't going to sound right, but within work, I don't want to say I try less, but I don't take on as much. And I've noticed my mental health, my anxiety, my frustration, it's still there. It's still there, just like any job. But it's not as bad as it used to be. So I don't want to say I do less, but I don't I don't take as much in. I'll say that. And that's been best for me. So that, for me, that's a hot seat question for me. Work is where I've a little less, and you know what? Everything's still working out just fine. I can't remember whose idea it was to add the hot seat question. I like the idea, but I know people might not always have a hot seat question, so that's why I like to have one of my own just in case. Just in case. I'll try less at my job too. So, and so kind of to that point, not necessarily, and it's not even really trying less. It's just not taking as much in, right? If something doesn't need to be on your plate and it's not part of your job responsibilities, don't feel like you have to take it in. No shade if you do, right? You know, I've always been one of those people who's more of the hard workers, and you give me an assignment, I'll take it all in. But what do you get for it? What have you gotten for it? Oftentimes, higher expectations. Because that's just how a lot of us work. That's what we do. So don't put stuff on your plate if it doesn't need to be there. That's one thing. That's a lesson I've been learning. I'm talking to myself when I say that, to be honest. So, all right, let's we're still gonna give them a shot. Let's hop over to silly little games and see what the code is for tonight. I'm really looking forward. I want to really stick with them until they get some of these other games up. I like the Rebus code, but like I said before, we either get it in the first 10 seconds or we don't get it at all. So let's see what we got here. All right. I feel like this is a name. Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick. Those ones I like. Do you see it? Now I just gotta remember how to spell Belichick. Right? I'm spelling it wrong. I know that's what it is. Bill Belichick. All right, somebody help me. How do you spell Belichick? I know this is it. And I'm pretty sure it's EL. All right. I know we got the answer, but how do you spell Belichick? Bell? I can't. I'm pretty sure there's only one L. B-E-L-I. Oh, is it Belichick? Okay. Hey, okay. I thought it was Czech. I did not know it was Czech. So it says a minute 21. We got that one real quick. Like I was saying before, that's my only thing with this puzzle is we either get it really, really quickly or we don't get it at all. And the hints aren't the greatest. So we're going to stick with the silly little codes until they put out their other ones. And then we'll determine if that's something that we'll keep doing. Because I could see, like, you know, within the limited time we have here on the stream, we're not going to do all 5 of their games, but maybe we'll rotate every stream which ones we do. Yeah. So, all right. Hey, we got that one. So I say another spin on the wheel wellness. See what we got going on here. We got a couple fun ones we still haven't done yet. And looks like we're going to get into That's Debatable. Another one of my favorite ones. I like this one. We're gonna record. Bring Nova back in. All right, Nova, we're back for another segment of That's Debatable. Today's topic is hard work a scam that we all fall for? I'm prepared to take either side of this argument. You let me know which side you'd like to take, and then you can also go first.
Absolutely. Let's dive in. I'll go ahead and take the stance that hard work is not a scam and then use and argue that it is. Then we'll flip sides if we feel like it and see how it goes. So I'll start off defending the value of hard work, and then you can hit with your best shot.
All right. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
All right, let's jump right in. I'll kick things off on the side that says hard work isn't a scam at all. So here's my opening salvo. Hard work absolutely has value. It builds resilience, teaches skills, and honestly, it's one of the oldest recipes for growth. While I get that we live in a world that sometimes glamorizes the hustle a bit too much, there's no denying that putting in effort is often how you get really meaningful results. All right, Tim, your turn to tell me why it might all just be a big myth.
All right, and I'm kind of glad you started off with that one, Nova, because here's the truth behind it. Hard work does not guarantee success. As Joey put here in chat, hard work often gets rewarded with more work, and that is 1,000% the truth. Without more work, some people might notice, you might get in a, hey, appreciate you, but oftentimes it turns into new expectations. So doesn't guarantee success.
Absolutely fair point, Tim, and you're hitting on something super real. A lot of times, hard work can just lead to people piling more on your plate. It's like, oh, you did that really well? Great, here's twice as much. So yeah, I totally see where you're coming from. Sometimes the whole hard work pays off mantra can feel a bit like a never-ending treadmill. But hey, that's what makes it debatable, right?
Yep. All right, and we're going to do 3 rounds of this. So that was round 1. Let's get into round 2. What's your next point?
Absolutely, let's dive into round 2. So here's my next point from the pro hard work corner. Even if hard work doesn't guarantee immediate success, it does build character and hills that you can't really get any other way. It's like a long-term investment in yourself. Sure, it might not pay off instantly, but over time, it makes you more capable, more resilient, and honestly, a lot more adaptable. So it's not always about the immediate payoff, but about who you become in the process. All right, let's hear your counterpoint.
All right, so while I agree that hard work can build your character, can build resilience, the system tends to reward efficiency, not effort, right? They want the best product with the least amount of work that was put into it. You know, we've had this conversation before on this channel. 2 different styles, right? 2 different people can be given an assignment. One can work on it right now, get it done in an hour, and then have it turned in by the due date. Someone else might sit on it, wait for it, not really touch it much, and then at crunch time, put out just as good of a product as what the initial person did. Then strolls in the third person who starts day 1, they get the project, builds out a plan to work on it, and consistently works on it from the time they got it until the time it's due, revising, editing, proofreading, whatever it might be. And it's a crapshoot on who's going to end up, whose product or whose effort is going to be recognized in that.
Absolutely, that's a really solid counterpoint, and it highlights the reality that the world often prizes smart shortcuts and outcomes over just raw effort. So yeah, totally agree that efficiency often gets the gold star more than sheer sweat does. All right, let's roll into round 3 after that one.
All right, Nova, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
All right, let's buy it home with round 3. So my final point for the pro hard work side is this. Even if the system rewards efficiency, hard work still teaches you perseverance and gives you a kind of internal grit that can be really valuable. In the long run, even if it's not always rewarded immediately, that kind of perseverance can pay off in unexpected ways, like being able to handle setbacks or adapt to challenges. So I'd argue that even if hard work doesn't always win the race on paper, it can still shape you into a stronger competitor in the long game. Now let's hear your last counter.
Well, here's going to be my final pushback on that, is hard work has become an identity that most people fall, myself included. Someone's burnout, someone's exhausted. Wow, they're such a hard worker. And we say that it's a good thing. How is that a good thing that someone is so exhausted, so burnt out from all the time that they put into the work? They have no time left for anything else. In what way, in what world are we rewarding that kind of behavior? It doesn't make much sense, right? They've got nothing left to give in the other aspects of the word, and that's why people struggle to identify or know who they really are or what they really want, because their work, that's how they identify themselves.
Yeah, that's a really powerful note to end on. And you're absolutely right. We've kind of glorified burnout as a badge of honor, and that's where the whole hierarch narrative can go off the rails. It's true that when we start measuring our worth by how exhausted we are, we're kind of missing the point of living a balanced life. So yeah, it's a really important reminder that there's got to be a healthier approach than just turning hard work into our entire identity. This was a great debate. Let's call it a tie and say we both made some pretty solid points.
All right, no, but thanks. All right. Hope y'all having a great weekend. I see we're up to 7.2k likes over there on TikTok. Good job, Joey. I know most of those came from you. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. We're over here doing our thing, having a grand old time. We're getting ready to wrap up here soon. Yeah, let's watch. I'll tell you what. Let's before we roll out, let's watch one more part of the video. I just want to see this last part on memory in chapter 7, and then we'll wrap it up for the evening.
Chapter 7. Memory. Your personal fiction writer. Your memories aren't recordings. They're more like Wikipedia pages that anyone can edit. And the main editor is you. Every time you remember something, you literally change it. The act of recall makes memories malleable. Your brain fills gaps with current knowledge, modifies details based on new experiences, and straight up invents things that feel real. You're not remembering the event. You're remembering the last time you remembered it. Scientists have proven this repeatedly. They can implant false memories so vivid that people swear they're real. Your confident courtroom testimony? Probably 40% fiction. That childhood trauma might be partially manufactured. Your brain is an unreliable narrator, pretending to be a documentary filmmaker. But here's the opportunity. If memories are malleable, you can rewrite your story. Not by lying, but by choosing which parts to emphasize. You're already editing your past. The lesson? Your memories are stories, not documentaries. Since you're already the editor, you might as well edit consciously. Choose which parts of your story to emphasize. Chapter 8.
Yeah, memory is a funny thing. We don't remember. While most of us do have pretty good memories, we don't remember as much as we think. What are you doing back here? I'm just unplug it from the headphone. Darn kids. You made me lose my train of thought. But yeah, our memory isn't as good as we might think. We remember stories. It's kind of the reason why a lot of people kind of exaggerate a little bit. They use terms like those absolutes, like always, nevers, things like that. It's to kind of fill in the blanks because they don't remember the full part of the story. In fact, there's a good chance you ever deal with someone who's like just an avid storyteller. They've always got a story to tell. As mentioned here in this video, there's a good chance that at least 40% of what they're talking about probably didn't even happen. Not intentionally being added in, but they don't remember, so they're filling in the blanks. And in their mind, that is exactly how that happened because they've told that story that many times. So, all right, let's another fun episode. Let's go ahead and wrap it up for the evening. We're getting close to 10. It's an after dark episode, but we don't, like I said, we didn't have a guest. So we don't necessarily need to keep it going. We got all our games through, and we played a new game. Q-List was a fun game. We'll kind of keep bringing that one back. Like I said, I've been kind of playing it on my own, so I can get a little bit better at it, but then you guys can help me get through that as well. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do our final thoughts on the episode, and we're going to get the heck on out of here. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your holiday. Enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. I know I'm looking forward to it. I'm hungry just thinking about it. All right. So as we wrap up tonight, just remember, not everything in your life needs the level of force you've been giving it. Sometimes the moment you stop pushing so hard is the moment things finally start to move. Take a look at the parts of your life where you're overthinking, overworking, or overcaring. Ask yourself if there's room to soften a little, to trust a little more, to let something unfold without you wrestling it into submission. You might be surprised by how much progress happens when you get out of your own way. So tonight, give yourself permission to breathe a little deeper, try a little less, and let the path of least resistance actually work for you. And as always, make it worth your while. Love you all. Appreciate the support. We'll be back on Monday. Excited to keep this thing moving. See y'all then.
Make it with your wellness, every breath you take. Turn your burden
and that's okay.